Completely sense. Complete sense. This is Simon in Northampton. Simon, what have you got for us? Afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ian. I can confirm I'm not in the bar, so you can...
You're not in the bar. It's good to know. Glad to hear it. What are you thinking?
I'm just calling up because it was to do with all of the Nick Adderley case.
The former Chief Constable of Northampton Police.
Yes, the one and only. You may recall I've spoke to you a couple of times over the last year just about there was ingrained corruption in his force, and him being sacked kind of validates that and proves it now. Was at all of his misconduct hearing, I've been one of the chief architects of obviously digging out all the evidence that has effectively done for him in this.
Right. Oh, so you've been there to these...
I've been at every single day of the hearing and witnessed it and just seen as...
Oh, wow. Okay.
Called it,
this is interesting.
The legal barbed wire, the delays he put up that have cost nearly $250,000 to people like me that live in the county, the taxpayer.
Yeah.
Whereas everyone had said, I think the overarching thing, it's not just the medals. You dig into this, there is so much more. The thing that I describe it as, if you just search for Nick Adderley's top 15 lies, I was able to think, can I put a top 10 together? There was too much for a top 10.
Wow. Now, I'm just going to say here, we obviously have to be a bit careful legally,
sure,
because, and you'll appreciate this, because it sounds like you're across this kind of stuff, because obviously, firstly, he's not here to defend himself, and we can only go by what he was found to have committed misconduct for, etc. I also thought what you've just said, Simon, that this cannot be just about a Falklands medal.
No, and this is what the whole hearing was about. It focused on the medals. That's what started it.
Yeah.
But like with everything, you dig in, there's all these inconsistencies, such as with his CV. He said he helped negotiate a ceasefire in the civil war in Haiti in 1984.
Yes, I saw this, yeah.
He's never even been to the country.
Wow.
And then when questioned, he goes, well, actually, I wrote a paper on it. Then when they pressed the university, go, well, you didn't even get into the university because you don't even meet the basic grades.
Wow.
And he said, oh, what that meant was it was an ambition. I wanted to go in there. And then when said, your brother gave you the medal, the brother wasn't even entitled to the medal. And when the brother, who it should be noted, was a police officer in Australia, resigned when all of this blew up last year, said in a signed statement that he was given the medal by some of his colleagues on the ship he was on, didn't understand how it happened. And as they said in the cross-examination, they said, we're supposed to believe before this medal was even commissioned in Whitehall, they flew one out, by Concorde to give to this bloke who never challenged it. And it's this lies upon lies upon lies, the doubling down when questioned.
I noticed that was one of the phrases that was used by those kind of offering up this evidence, that the lies just kept coming out of his mouth like there was no tomorrow.
Yeah, and I think that's what the worrying thing is, that what the fallout from this is going to be was he was subject to what's called developed vetting. Now, this is not your enhanced DBS that is very, very severe. This is Home Office level vetting that costs hundreds, if not thousands. He lied on there, not just little lies. He omitted his time at QuickSave, running a pub, being a lorry driver, and just said he did 10 years in the Navy as a senior leader. This apparently went through and got rubber stamped. So we have to ask, with the likes of Wayne Couzens, David Carrick, people saying, how on earth did they get through when you've got
nobody
the man at the very top? Yeah. Well, we paid for this, apparently. It came out of the budget for the county. It was paid for. So someone somewhere has either not done this, or someone has paid for something that has been done potentially deliberately incorrectly. And this is where I say about the inconsistencies and the lies. This is what we were looking at over the last 6 days, going, well, actually, it's not just one lie.
There's a lot of,
as they called it.
There's a lot of, listen, Simon, let's talk again on this, because I think there's more to discuss, frankly, and we're keeping it. Finn, let's make sure we keep in touch with Simon in Northampton. I mean, it's just extraordinary. I also think there's the very basic human error going on here, in addition to who rubber stamped it, who didn't check the data, who didn't corroborate the dates and the CV, and the fact that he was 15 when he was meant to have got a medal for serving in the Falklands. Other than all of that, I also think that Peter principle thing that I seem to bang on about more and more these days, of somebody just thinking, well, this bloke seems like, he seems to know his stuff, he's been around the beat a bit, 30 years as a cop, he makes all the right noises, he must be the man for the gig. There's so many people like that.